Okay, so in this presentation, we're going to be talking about the different aircraft that we can find in San Javier Air Base. Could be a common question that you may ask, what kind of planes are flying in the Academia General del Aire? Well, let's start with the Pillan NAR T-35. Then we will go talking about the Casa 101, and last but not least, we'll talk about the new Pilatus. Alright, so I'll start with the Pillan. This is first of all, a little bit of history. This is a Chilean aircraft and was developed in the United States and then assembled by Construcciones Aeronáuticas S.A. in Spain. The first flight was in 1981 and the production started in 1987. It is a basic propeller-driven trainer aircraft, and the Pillan was chosen for one specific reason, and it was its reliability. 35 of the original 41 aircraft that were sent to Spain still flying nowadays. Now let's talk about some of the aspects, the technical aspects that you may take in account. It has a wingspan of around 26 feet. It has a longitude axis of 29 feet. Over here we can see the different parts of the systems like the ailerons or the propeller over here. It has a really strong engine with 300 horsepower and a pretty decent fuel sustainability with 291 liters of kerosene. But the main purpose of this aircraft is to teach the basic elements of flying to the second lieutenants in third grade. And once you pass some theory test in second grade, you then will start flying this marvelous aircraft.
So, my name is Abel Granta, and I'm here to talk about the Casa C-101, which is an aircraft used by the 4th grade students in the academy, and the Eagle Patrol, which is the aeronautic acrobatic team that represents Spain. So, this Spanish-made aircraft is now 41 years old, and is set to retire from usage at the end of 2022. And one unit is going to be sold for 225 million as a collectible piece. And talking about the specs of this aircraft, we can talk about the 10.4 meter wingspan and the 12.3 meter height of the plane, and also its max speed of 770 kilometers per hour. We can also highlight the excellent anti-icing system that the Casa C-101 has. And also we can see here in the top left corner the all analogical cockpit, as it has no screens at all. It's really old-fashioned, we can say, but it's surely effective. So, additionally, here in San Javier, we have many, well, not many, but various simulators for this plane, so the students can train their skills with this plane without actually having to fuel and repair these aircraft, as they are really in a bad state. Usually after the flight they have to pass a really strict checkup, and not all the planes pass this checkup, so it's better to train the most in the simulators. And despite this aircraft being old and really used, they are still really good aircraft. I would have loved to be able to fly one, but unfortunately it's not going to be the case, as they are going to be replaced by the Pilatus PC-21, of which my classmate Craig is going to talk about just now.
Hello, I'm Roman Craig. and I'm going to talk about the Pilatus, as my colleague said. So first, my colleague Gaston talked about the Pillan. My colleague Granda talked about the 101 Aviojet, and now I'm going to talk about this beautiful plane called the Pilatus or PC-21. It was made in Switzerland, and first manufactured in 2002, which it makes it the newest plane on the airbase, and it is considered by some as the best trainer plane in the world, which says a lot. But because it's so new, students haven't flown it yet. It's it's making some tests right now at the moment, but we hope that in the future, in 2 years or in 1 year, will serve as a trainer plane, replacing the other two. Uh, so first of all, we're going to talk about the engine, which is the different part of the plane. It's a turboprop, which make it its engine is much more powerful. We're talking about 1,600 horsepower and a range of about 1,300 kilometers, way more than the other planes, but not also that. But they can have a much a better experience because their instruments are mm, much easier to find. It has better avionics and a lot of screens where the display is better shown. The, the engine is a Pratt& Whitney turboprop, and it can go to speeds up to 685 kilometers per hour, which is really fast. Not as fast as the Casa 101, but really fast for a propeller aircraft, which we'll talk about later. This plane is being used also by some other countries, such as France, the Arab Emirates, uh, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, or United Kingdom as a trainer aircraft, like here in Spain, but we haven't used it yet, as I said. So, in conclusion, these airbase's capabilities show that it's really centered or focused on training its students, and it'll continue to do so as the planes come by and will replace the old ones with the new ones like the Pilatus. So this is all. Thank you for watching.